अनुभव से है उड़ चलो पार गगन, वही है अपना वतन। उड़ो अब बिंदु बनकर, देह अभिमान तज कर। उड़ो अब बिंदु बनकर, देह अभिमान तज कर। उड़ चलो पार गगन, वही है अपना वतन। उड़ो अब बिंदु बनकर, देह अभिमान तज कर। उड़ो अब बिंदु बनकर, देह अभिमान तज कर। Om Shanti. Good morning. And Om Shanti to those on webcast also. Over the last little while, Baba's taken up the theme of the father shows the son, and then the son shows the father. And for the teacher, the student, and for the guru and the follower, the same. And so Baba's today again taken up that, but also Baba's given us a very lovely title. You are the peacemakers and the Salvation Army. But also, until the moment you leave the body, continue to study and be in Baba's remembrance. Some of you are those who met Didi Manmoini, and Didi Manmoini, July 83, and Dadi Janki were both together, and we thought that Dadi Janki probably wouldn't come back to Madhuban, and Didi was going just for a checkup, and it turned out to be the other way. That Didi actually flew away, and Dadi Janki came back to Madhuban many, many, many times after that. But in the very last period before she went into hospital, Didi Manmoini was still reading the notes that Shantamani Dadi had sent her, because that had been the system since Sakar Baba's days. Baba would speak the Murli, Ishu Dadi would write it in her Sindhi shorthand, and then it would get typed out and sent out. But that would take a few days, maybe 6-7 days. And meanwhile, Shantamani Dadi, beautiful writing, like little pearls, she would write notes on just a little pad. And she would always send to whichever one of the Didi or Dadis were traveling. So Dadi Janki used to get those notes in Madhuban all the time, and from Madhuban when she was in London, and Didi got those notes and was studying the Murli right until the day when she went into hospital. And that's just one example. Dadi Ratan Moini, whatever her age is now, 99, but yet she still studies the Murli and keeps the Murli by her side. So Baba's not talking about theoretical things. Baba's talking about very practical things that we've seen and observed with the Dadis. So this is the Murli of the 19th of May, and the essence: sweet children, you have to continue to listen to this sweet knowledge till the end. For as long as you live, you have to study knowledge and yoga. Question: for which service are you children instruments with the Father? Answer: just as the Father liberates everyone and gives them bliss and establishes peace in the world as the peacemaker, in the same way, you children are also instruments with the Father for this service. You are the Salvation Army. You have to salvage the sunken boat of Bharat. You have to make everyone prosperous for 21 births. No one, apart from you children, can do such service. Om Shanti. You children know, and it is also remembered, son shows father and mother. A father creates children, but until he creates them, how could he teach them that they are their mother and father? Children learn this and reveal their father. Our Father is like this. In the same way, it is then remembered, student shows teacher. It is only when the teacher teaches the student that he can, when the teacher teaches the student, then he can show the teacher, such and such a barrister made me a barrister. People quote their professors at university for decades and decades later, because their professor might be very famous, and so they say, I studied with that one. Until he becomes a barrister, how could the student show him? In the same way, only when gurus adopt followers can it be said they received this and that from the guru. Those fathers, teachers, and gurus are separate. Yes, it is possible that some fathers also teach their children, but there are many subjects there. It wouldn't be the same teacher who would teach them all the subjects. There would be a different teacher for every subject. This one is the father, teacher, and guru. Until he makes the children belong to him, they cannot show him and say, we are his children, and that they are the masters of his property. First of all, the Father makes you children belong to him. You children also say, we have made him belong to us. You children know how the Father has to be shown. We are God's children in a practical way, in practical life, to be able to demonstrate that. In fact, each one, generally out there in the world, considers himself or herself to be a child of God. They say, O God, the Father. When you say Father, you also remember the Mother. It is said, you are the Mother and Father. The Father has come and explained to you children, I am your Mother and Father. You also know that that one is the unlimited Mother and Father. When Daddy and I first went to Findhorn, some of you who heard of Findhorn, it was very famous, and now it's not as famous, but it used to be the highlight for people who were studying alternative things. So we were invited there and we went, and one of the first Brahmins from Europe, very powerful, Monique, from Switzerland, she became the instrument for the first center in Switzerland. So Monique came from that trip. But Dadi gave a talk on God, the Mother and Father. And it was not just the residents, it was a conference, so it was many others there. And a priest who had been there came along to meet Dadi when she was just sitting later on around. And he said to her, "Tell me more about the mother. I haven't ever thought about it. Christianity doesn't teach us about God the Mother." And so she explained, and she was talking about how she has a relationship with the father, the mother, the friend, teacher, and so on. And he said to her, "Dadi, it feels as if you know God intimately, and he's your friend, and you have fun with him." And she said, "Yes, of course. I do know God, and I do have a lot of fun with him." And so it was a very interesting conversation between them. So the one who is mother and father, you also know that that one is the unlimited mother and father. That father sits here and teaches you. He tells you the secrets of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world cycle. He explains to you children, and then you explain to others how the world cycle turns. It is remembered, world history and geography repeat. However, you only receive this knowledge at this time, when the old world is to finish and the new world is to be established. The world cycle is now coming to an end. The Iron Age, that is the old age, is coming to an end, and the new world, the new age, is beginning. The teacher is giving you students this knowledge, and you students then have to tell others about it. That teacher is also the Father. The Supreme Father sits here and explains to you. There was the new world and the new age, when it truly was a kingdom of the deities. For 2 ages, there was just the one world almighty authority kingdom. They were the masters of the world, who? The people of Bharat, who were the original eternal deities. Although they were the masters of the land of Bharat, they were the masters of an unlimited world. There was no partition. Bharat alone was the master of the ocean, the sky, the air, and the earth. It is here that the birth of the creator of the world takes place. The Father says, "I do not take rebirth. This soul," Brahma Baba says, "I shed a body and take another. Now I am becoming a pure, charitable soul from being a sinful soul." The Father explains to you. You also know that human beings take rebirth. 84 births are the maximum. The world doesn't understand this knowledge. Only the Father is called the knowledgeful and the blissful one. He gives bliss to the whole world. He liberates everyone. The Father sits here and explains how he liberates the children. I am the guide and also the peacemaker. I establish peace. I also establish a sovereignty. You children know that at this time, Bharat is insolvent. So this is the birthplace of the unlimited Father. But people don't realize this. The Somnath temple to Shiva is also here. They have placed a Shiva Lingam there. It has been explained to you children that God does not have a large form like that. He is like a star. Okay? When a guru has followers and relates the scriptures, etc. to them, they then relate them to others. They would say, our guru has taught us these scriptures. They go to Benares, etc., to study the scriptures. They earn themselves a title, etc., from the Vidut Mandli, the group of the highest authorities who give titles like Sri, 108, so and so, to the gurus who study there. For example, they earn the title Saraswati, etc. Many of the gurus have this name. Saraswati is one of their names. They have titles that are 3 lines long. And when they come to our programs, the MC is supposed to read every single word, every single line. And so the introduction is a long one. And Baba saying, however, Saraswati is the name of Mama because she related unlimited knowledge. Those people study the limited scriptures of the path of devotion. You children know that he is your supreme guru. He is also the supreme Father. The Almighty Authority Father is needed. Why do you think it takes the Almighty Authority Father to come and transform the world? You know the answer. Because Maya is no less. She too is an almighty authority. Maya is omnipresent, present in everyone. The Father is not omnipresent. He is not present in everyone. He is beyond rebirth. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, does not take rebirth. Human beings take rebirth. Nevertheless, to say that God is omnipresent is such defamation. When they defame me in this way and become impure, I then come. It is not mentioned in the scriptures that the unlimited Father is also the teacher and the Satguru. They sing about it and chant about it, but there's no explanation given. He is also the one who purifies all the impure ones. The Father says, all of those Vedas and scriptures belong to the path of devotion. The path of devotion lasts for half the cycle. The path of knowledge doesn't last for half a cycle. The reward does, but not knowledge. The Father only comes once and explains knowledge to you. By receiving knowledge just once, your reward lasts for 21 births. It isn't that this knowledge, this gyan, lasts for half a cycle. You explain that this knowledge disappears. There, all are those who have received salvation. They don't need knowledge. The Father, the ocean of knowledge comes at this time and gives you children so much knowledge. For as long as you children live, you will continue to listen to the Father's knowledge. It is very sweet knowledge. You also have to study yoga until the end, because there is a great burden of sins, of many births on your heads. It is not a question of just one birth. Dirt has accumulated on souls for birth after birth. And this is why they went into extreme darkness. A little bit settled each birth, but more than a settlement, more accumulation. By souls accumulating dirt birth after birth, and by having alloy mixed into them, souls have become impure and tamopradhan. The souls are gilded, and the jewelry, the bodies, is also gilded. They have reached a state of total decay. Souls of especially the people of Bharat and those of all the other religions are all number-wise. So all of you children have to reveal the mother and father. They say you are the mother and father, and so the mother is also needed with the father. People think that Adam is Brahma and Eve is Saraswati, but in fact this is wrong. I was explaining why he's turning it around. God the Father is incorporeal, and so there must be a mother, but those people say that Jagatamba, the world mother, is Eve. And in fact, this is one of the main things to understand. Incorporeal Shiv Baba speaks through the mouth of this Brahma and says, "You are my children." This Brahma becomes the mother. It's been several Murlis now recently in which Baba's taken up this aspect of Brahma, the senior mother. Brahma is also Prajapita, the father of the people, and also the mother. That one is the supreme, the spiritual father. Then in the physical form, the daughter of Brahma, Saraswati, is called the mother. They have such huge gatherings for Jagatamba. There isn't such a huge gathering for Jagatpita, Brahma, in Ajmer. Baba's got a very interesting reason for this. And the reality is that in Mama's time, yes, there were lots who loved Mama, but very incognito. 1965, and there must have been just about 250 centers at the time. And so, yes, anyone who met her immediately could see that this is not an ordinary person, that many would say she's Lakshmi. She demonstrates the virtues of Lakshmi, Lakshana, the virtues. And then, yes, those who heard her would say she is Saraswati, but very incognito in terms of knowing people in the world. And so Baba's explanation. There is a big gathering for Jagatamba because the influence of the mothers has to be increased. Baba's quiet energy working in different ways. And so from the Copper Age onwards, the status of women goes down, but the bhakti for the devotion for the Devis, the Shaktis, and Jagatamba increases. Those people say that a woman's husband is her guru and her God. However, it is not like that. The father comes and says, I elevate the status of you mothers. Even the government is now placing women at the front. The latest campaign by the Prime Minister of India, lots of campaigns, Clean Bharat and de-addiction and water campaign. But the latest one that he announced in Shantivan, it was empowerment of women. And we've been doing it for 80 years. Baba's been doing it for over 80 years. But something is stirring and waking up now. And also, we heard that next year's Republic Parade in India is going to be only women of the armed forces. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. But certainly that's the new order that's been given. It's the order sent round to all the officers. Okay, so Baba was saying, I come to elevate the status of you mothers.
Om Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti. अंतर मन में ज्योति जगा लो होगा दूर अंधेरा शिव का कर लो ध्यान आ रहा
Even the government is now placing women at the front. That army is violent, whereas this is the non-violent, incognito Shakti army. Those people have non-living intellects at the time of destruction. This drama is predestined. The drama has to be kept in your intellects very well. This unlimited drama repeats. After a cycle, I will teach you children in the same way as I'm teaching you now. All are tied by the bond of the drama. The Father himself says, I too am tied by the bond of the drama, and yet he is the one who knows all the secrets of the drama. The people of Bharat continue to experience a lot of sorrow. It isn't that I will repeatedly incarnate and liberate you. I only come once and make you into the masters of the whole world. I come from the supreme abode at the confluence age of each cycle. You now know the director and the main actor of the drama. Those people relate limited things. So-and-so was wealthy. Here you know who's who. The eternal who's who. And in that, who are the wealthiest in the whole world? The wealthiest of all in the entire world are Lakshmi and Narayan of heaven. Who comes and tells you this? The Father. You children know that no one else becomes as wealthy as you will be in the future 21 births. You are doing very great service of Bharat in particular and the world in general. You are the Salvation Army. The boat of Bharat has now sunk. This is also in the drama. It is explained who salvages the boat of Bharat. The Shiv Shaktis. All of you, those sitting here and here, all taking power Shakti from Shiva, all of you are Shiv Shaktis. The Father says, I made you into the masters of heaven. Maya made you impure, and I have now come to make you into emperors and empresses. Your path is the family path, whereas sannyasis belong to the path of isolation. Their renunciation is limited, whereas your renunciation is unlimited. Nowadays, there is a lot of deceit and corruption in the world. This is the extreme depths of hell. What are you children with godly intellects now becoming? You say, we have become the children of Shiv Baba through Brahma. You will become deities. Then you will become warriors, merchants, and Shudras. And then you will become the children of God. You became the children of God in the previous cycle also. You are receiving your inheritance of heaven from the Father, and so you have to follow Srimad. Those are the Yadvas and the Kauravas who have non-loving intellects at the time of destruction. You are the Pandavas who have loving intellects at the time of destruction. You are the ones who are going to be victorious. You are the incognito Shiv Shakti mothers of Bharat. Both brothers and sisters, gopis and gopis, are included in this. But the name of the mothers has to be glorified. The mothers have been harassed a great deal. Still goes on. 21st century, and I still hear stories of mothers in bondage, severe bondage. Draupadi was stripped. She called out, God, protect me from being stripped. Therefore, the Father comes to protect you. You receive a lot of property. You should make a promise. Shiv Baba, sweet Baba, I will definitely claim my inheritance from you. You have to claim your inheritance from Shiv Baba. It is remembered, the ways and means of God are unique. He alone knows, no one else knows. You children now know the ways and means of God. Therefore, you children have to show, reveal that one. Only the Father gives you children the inheritance of permanent peace and happiness. Temporary peace is of no use. Since you children say mother and father, you have to show the mother and father. Who are the father and mother? You children sit and explain that these are the mother and father of the whole world. He sits here and gives you your inheritance. You truly did receive your inheritance from the Father. It is now the end of the Iron Age, and so you definitely have to receive it from the Father. Son shows Father, and Father shows Son. The Father says, simply remember me, and your burden will be removed. You should keep a chart of remembrance to show how long you remember the Father. Don't think, very easy to slip into the thought, that you are the children of Shiv Baba anyway. However, he says, keep a chart of how much you remember Baba while you are sitting, standing, and moving around. The main thing is remembrance. There are obstacles in yoga too. The ancient yoga of Bharat is very well known. That is Hatha Yoga. Only the Father teaches Raj Yoga. Those people teach many different types of yoga. Their renunciation is limited, whereas your renunciation is unlimited. By living at home with your families, remember the Father to such an extent that you don't remember anyone else in your final moments. You souls have to remember the one Father, for only then will you be able to become conquerors of sinful actions. No one else can make you a conqueror of sinful actions. Although you receive a reward for your devotion for a temporary period, no one can become pure from impure. Bhakti and the penance of bhakti and some return, but not purification. Devotees beat their heads so much, they make so much effort, but none of them can return home yet. The Father of all the children is the one. He only comes once. He says, I have come exactly as I did 5,000 years ago. I have come once again to meet you, long lost and now found children. Souls and the Supreme Soul have remained separated for a long time. Which souls have been separated for a long time? The ones who have to come first. When the destruction of many religions and the establishment of the one religion has taken place, you will then belong to the golden-aged, original, eternal deity religion. There will not be any other religion. You children are now the long lost and now found beloved children who are the spinners of the discus of self-realization. You would first be called long lost and now found, and then spinners of the discus of self-realization. People would say that this is a title of the deities, that only the deities have those ornaments. They would even say that all of you have just used your own imagination. You know that the sapling of the sweet tree is being planted. This knowledge also has to be given to those abroad. Who is your heavenly God the Father? There must surely be a mother too. The Father has come to give you your inheritance of peace and happiness. You receive health and wealth in that. Therefore, remember the Father with discipline. Baba often adds little words. Remember the Father with your heart. Remember the Father with honesty. Remember the Father with love. And today, remember the Father with discipline. People call out, "O God, the Father." So then, how can they say that He is omnipresent? That is wrong. To the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada, the spiritual Father, says Namaste to the spiritual children. And the essence for dharana. In order to become a conqueror of sinful action, practice remembering the Father as you walk and move around. Definitely keep your chart of remembrance. 2. Show, reveal the Mother, the Father, and the Teacher in all your activities. At the time of destruction, be one who has a loving intellect. Do spiritual service. Blessing. May you be a master bestower of fortune and give everyone a gift of good wishes and pure feelings from your full stock. All of you are the children of Brahma who draw your lines of fortune. Therefore, connection is that they say that Brahma was the one who distributed fortune. So I say the children of Brahma who draw your lines of fortune. Therefore, let your stock of golden gifts be constantly full. I was using this English expression, stock of golden gifts. Whenever you meet anyone, always give them a gift of good wishes and pure feelings. Give a speciality and take a speciality. Take virtues and give virtues. Continue to give everyone a godly gift. No matter what feelings or intentions others come to you with, you must definitely give them this gift. For only then will you be called a master bestower of fortune. This slogan is especially for this weekend. It's for everyone at all times, but it feels as if, especially for now, to experience greatness and spirituality while working hard is to have true nobility. I know that generally all the residents work hard anyway, but I think extra focus and attention and a lot more things to be taken care of this weekend. This is the Avyakt signal. None of you can say that you don't have a chance to serve. If someone is not able to speak, he can serve the atmosphere through the mind with an attitude and stage of happiness. If your health is not good, then be cooperative while sitting at home. Simply let your mind accumulate a stock of pure thoughts and become full of good wishes. In the days that we had a regular peace conference in Abu, when Om Shanti Bhavan first started, then at that time, Baba would usually meet Madhuban residents, and it was just Pandit Bhavan. So it would be Madhuban residents in the small Baba's room. It was a small Baba's room. And they would come in and sit around, and usually was completely full, packed. And Baba would say to them, just a few are going to be on the stage. And even those on the stage, just a few are going to be actually speaking. But all of you are serving, because whoever comes looks at your faces and feels your vibrations. And so reading this now, I was reminded of that Baba used to especially tell the group of those who are there that just make sure that you know that you are on service all the time. It's not that others don't see you and you're not doing service, but your service is visible through your faces and through your attitude and through your vibrations. And so I think that's particularly applicable now. And generally, I know that whenever people come to a retreat place, they comment on not just the classes or the talks that they've heard, they comment on how the sevadharis, the servers who are serving them food, did so with a lovely smile, or they would see those who've been working in any of the different departments, they were always available and serving with a smile. They all comment on this, you know that. And so really an opportunity to serve very powerful, beautiful souls who have come now. Let's just have a moment of silence and then a couple of reflections on the Murli. Om Shanti. Baba spends a long time in each Murli giving us a very clear introduction to God and explaining exactly who God is and what is his task, what is his role, so that we understand very deeply and have a living relationship with him. And so today also, not just explaining mother and father and being able to reveal the mother and father to everyone, but also God's occupation. And I'm thinking in particular the title that Baba used, the peacemaker, and how Baba gives all his titles to the children. Whatever it is that God does, God expects his children to do the same. And that's going to be the way to reveal the Father. It's very interesting that in Bhakti they say that God is in everyone, but they don't actually think about revealing that through their behavior. It doesn't enter their heads that that would be the way to show that it's a reality. And here is Baba reminding us that what you have to do is to actually reveal Baba through your own behavior. And so, peacemaker. Have I created peace within myself in terms of being able to align everything within? My thoughts, my feelings, my conscience, my sanskars. Baba's also been talking a lot about attitude and drishti and limited renunciation in my attitude. And so if all those are aligned, then I can be at peace. And if there's a discrepancy, a disharmony between any of these things, sometimes our thoughts and feelings take us in a specific way, but my conscience is actually telling me I should be going in a different way. And usually it's the mind that's influenced a lot by company, by situations. And so I know drama is right, and yet my feelings are saying, why? Baba's been talking a lot about being absolutely accurate in drama, aligned with drama, and not to have the question why and how and if and but. But that's the disalignment. And so I know drama is right. How can it be otherwise? There's nothing else that could have happened in the drama. It had to happen this way to teach me whatever I had to learn, to complete whatever it is was a consequence of whatever it is that I did or others did. There's another word in Hindi, vrittant, vritti ka ant. Something that begins in my attitude, then when it comes into my actions, that is a conclusion of my attitude. And so if something's happening to me, that also is a direct consequence of somewhere my actions in the past, my attitude in the past that has created this situation and this karma. And so to align my thoughts and feelings by talking to myself, by being my own teacher. Baba's the father, the teacher, and the Satguru, and Baba gives all of us all of these titles. And so what I need to do is to just see, where are these thoughts and feelings coming from when I know drama is accurate? And if I have other thoughts and feelings that keep saying, why, then I'm never going to be at peace. And so yes, when I sit to remember Baba, at that moment I feel Baba's love, Baba's peace, and then through the day, I'm not such a peaceful soul. And even if I remind myself 100 times a day, Om Shanti, I'm not really feeling it. I'm saying it, but the feeling really isn't there. And so, peacemaker, Am I a peacemaker for myself? And to whatever extent I am a peacemaker for myself, to whatever extent also a peacemaker with others around me. And whatever their sanskars are, if I want to keep my peace of mind, then I have to find a way to adjust. Today again, Baba spoke about the gilded silver or the gilded gold and the alloy that's mixed into the soul. So if I believe that every step of the drama is benevolent, beneficial, and it's carrying me to my destination, then I know that every step of the drama is helping me see what more I need to do to remove the alloy within myself. And if I focus on that, then yes, I'll be able to move forward and stay peaceful. But otherwise, there are 1,000 things that can make me feel peaceless, and only Baba's Gyan that can make me feel peaceful. And then Baba says, Baba's the ocean of knowledge, and Baba has told us all the secrets of the drama. Just reflect on it. I can never say, why is this happening? Because the secret of the drama is benevolent, it's for me to learn, it's for me to move forward, and I just have to speed up my efforts in terms of aligning what I know is true and real and what my feelings are saying. In Lokik life, a lot of people say, trust your feelings, and whatever your gut feeling is, go with it. And Baba tells us something quite different. You can't trust your feelings. Where are my feelings coming from? Not from truth, not from reality, but from body consciousness. If my feelings are not the good feelings and the pure, positive, benevolent feelings that Baba spoke about, creating a stock of that, if there's any other type of feelings, it's not true. It's false feelings. And so I can't trust my feelings at the end of Kali Yuga, really. It's my thoughts and my feelings and the stray habits of my mind that brought me down to the bottom. And so I have to understand that. And it's difficult challenging myself, because the world is telling me, yes, 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 believe in your feelings. And here am I saying, but what does Baba say? And Baba's saying something quite different. And so, in situations with others, if I take it as a mirror of my attitude, of my karma of the past, and I want to learn and move forward, then I can't wait for them to take a step forward and change. It may never happen. It may just never happen, because I don't know what's their quality of effort. But it's for me to change and transform my thoughts, my feelings, and understand and accept. So I love this title of God, Peacemaker. We hear Ocean of Peace all the time, but a state when there's total peacelessness and God intervenes, not just the director of the drama, but also the main actor of the drama. And so the main actor intervenes in the drama to come and help me. It's a big story. And one of the secrets of the drama, and one of the secrets of who God is and what God does. And so can I spend more time just reflecting, what is it that God is doing in my life? I know that God is changing Kali Yuga to Satyug, but how do I personally take help from God for my own transformation. And so to know God as He truly is and take benefit from God as He can, now that's up to each and every Brahmin soul. No secrets being shared, only with the dadis. The mic used to be on when the dadis were speaking to Baba and the senior brothers were speaking. So many other things from the Murli also, but I know that there's many things happening today. But one other thing that I want to bring in, Sister Bharti has come from London with me, and it's her first time here. So I'm going to ask her to come and say hello.
Om Shanti, good morning. So my name is Bharti. I have been traveling with Didi for the last 6 days. We arrived at White House in New York, and then we went to Dallas and Boston, and now here. I'm so happy and fortunate to travel with Didi and seeing the hospitality, the care and respect, regard that has been received. It's amazing. I'm so mesmerized. So thank you for all the love and seeing the family. I'm very happy. Om Shanti.
What do you do in London?
So I hop in many departments in London, from servery to kitchen, reception, Murli's online and courses online. I like online rather than being on stage. I get nervous.
Used to be the other way. People got very accustomed to being on stage, and when they started online, when COVID started, mostly it was then that we all started, and they had to get accustomed to that.
Yeah. Myself and Sister Ruchi, we also coordinate the Hindi events on Wednesdays, which is online. So that really helps to flow service of Hindi community in London or in UK. So we have over 100 to 300 online joining. So yeah, thank you.
And while Bharti Ben's been traveling, she's been recruiting people for their Hindi classes.
Oh yeah. So if anyone would like to have a talk in Hindi for 1 hour, please.
So there's always an ulterior motive. So this was just your first time, but you have to come here alone after. Right? So anyway, talking of online, we do have 400 plus online, and you can just have a vision of them, perhaps. And as we prepare for Toli, hello. That's the camera up there. So fortune. just a little reminder that tomorrow everyone will come with your devices and headsets for translation that may be required, Madhuban style, right? Hindi Murli with English translation tomorrow. Also, we'll have Tolian blessing after meditation. A reminder that we are going to beat the call of the time guests in terms of taking our breakfast plate. And if you can do that, and they happen to come and form a line, then you wait for your breakfast plate, so not to come before them, okay? Om Shanti. And I think they prefer for us to use the window tables so that they can be on the center table. I was told, but I saw it otherwise yesterday, so. Either before or after, but do not, make their line longer. In other words, let them not have to stay in line longer because you're already in front of them. So I think you know what that means, right? Window tables for us and center tables for them, which has the bouquets.
लगता है सदा